In 2008, in the silent hum of a computer server, an idea was born. A peer-to-peer electronic cash system, free from government control, devised by the mysterious Satoshi Nakamoto. That idea would come to be known as Bitcoin. Over the next decade, it would change finance, capture imaginations, and test the limits of markets, technology, and trust. This is its story: the rise, the bloom, the stumble, and the lessons. Chapter 1: Genesis and Early Vision. 1. In October 2008, in a seemingly innocuous cryptography mailing list post, Satoshi Nakamoto released the paper, Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. 2. In January 2009, the first block, the Genesis block, was mined. Bitcoin's supply began. The protocol would generate new coins at a defined, algorithmic rate. 3. At first, Bitcoin (BTC) had almost no monetary value. Early adopters mined on home computers. Then 2010-2011. The network matured, small exchanges emerged, prices ticked upwards. 4. Technologically speaking, Bitcoin introduced the concept of a decentralized ledger, blockchain, cryptographic proof of work, and a limited supply 21 million coins, all without central authority. 5. Philosophically, it appealed to libertarians, technologists, speculators, a new form of money for the digital age. What a strange new world. No bank, no government, just nodes, miners, coders, and hopeful believers. Chapter 2: The First Bull Runs in Infrastructure Growth. 1. By 2013, Bitcoin began its first major burst of public attention. Its price hit around $1,000, a psychological threshold. 2. Infrastructure grew. Exchanges like MT. Gox, based in Japan, enabled easier trading. Wallets matured. Mining hardware moved from CPUs to GPUs to dedicated ASICs. The arms race began. 3. Adoption stories emerged. People using Bitcoin for online purchases, some daring experiments, media articles speculating on digital gold. 4. Yet caution. The system was fragile. Mt. Gox had multiple breaches. Mining centralization concerns began. Regulatory uncertainty loomed. From near zero to thousands of dollars, in 5 years the world saw Bitcoin leap forward. And behind the leap were the machines, the code, the trust, and the risk. Chapter 3: The 2017 Surge and 2018 Crypto Winter. 1. The year 2017 marked a watershed. Bitcoin surged from under $1,000 in early 2017 to nearly $20,000 by December. 2. The hype was immense. Retail investors, stories of windfall gains, media coverage, speculative mania. Ethereum and other altcoins rode the wave too. 3. However, by early 2018 the bubble burst. Bitcoin dropped roughly 60–80% from its peak. Many other cryptocurrencies collapsed even harder. 4. The so-called crypto winter followed. Confidence wavered. Infrastructure problems emerged. Many investors lost money. 5. Some important lessons. Markets driven by FOMO, fear of missing out, can run ahead of fundamentals. Bitcoin's volatility became painfully visible. The rocket rose fast, and the crash came hard. For every overnight millionaire during the surge, there were those left holding losses in the cold crypto winter. Chapter 4: Institutional Interest, Halvings and New All-Time Highs. 1. Around 2020-2021, Bitcoin's narrative broadened. Major institutions, hedge funds, and even corporate treasuries began experimenting with BTC. 2. Technical feature. Roughly every 4 years, Bitcoin's halving event cuts the mining reward in half, reducing supply issuance and historically correlating with price runs. 3. In November 2021, Bitcoin reached an all-time high of roughly $69,000. 4. Adoption stories matured. E.g., the Central American country El Salvador adopted Bitcoin as legal tender. 5. The technology and ecosystem became more robust. Improved wallets, greater liquidity, more institutional-grade infrastructure. Bitcoin had grown up. No longer just fringe tech, it was becoming part of the mainstream financial conversation. Yet the old truths still applied. Scarce supply, volatile demand, murky regulation. Chapter 5. The Fall, Crises, Regulation and Reality Check. 1. While Bitcoin had reached highs, the ride was far from smooth. In 2022, after the peak, its price plunged dramatically, from approximately $69,000 to as low as US $16,000 in some moments. 2. Key triggers included the collapse of major exchanges, e.g., FTX, which undermined market confidence. Macroeconomic headwinds. Rising interest rates, inflation, risk-off sentiment. Regulatory pressure. Governments scrutinizing crypto more closely, introducing compliance requirements. Technical and infrastructural risks. Hacks, lost keys, mining network issues, centralization worries. 3. Some experiments faltered. El Salvador's Bitcoin initiative drew criticism over volatility and fiscal risk. 4. The fall wasn't necessarily the end, but it was a harsh reminder. Bitcoin is not immune to real-world economics, institutions, regulation, and investor psychology. When the tide went out, we saw who had been swimming naked. Bitcoin's fall was not simply a glitch, it was a test of the entire ecosystem. Chapter 6. Aftermath, Lessons and the Path Forward. 1. Post-crash, the market entered a phase of consolidation. Weaker players exited, regulation matured, infrastructure improved. 2. Key lessons from Bitcoin's story. Scarcity matters, but so does demand and psychology. Technology alone doesn't guarantee success. Trust, security, and regulation matter. Volatility is intrinsic to new asset classes and innovation. Hype cycles follow recognizable patterns. Innovation trigger right pointing arrow inflated expectations right pointing arrow disillusionment right pointing arrow maturation. 3. The path ahead. Bitcoin continues and evolves. Institutional adoption, potential ETFs, regulatory frameworks, technological upgrades e.g., Layer 2 networks are shaping the next chapter. 4. But the question remains, will Bitcoin fulfill its original vision of decentralized, borderless money? Or will it become something else? Digital gold, speculation vehicle, or regulated asset? Bitcoin did not disappear. It grew, it faltered, it transformed. And in doing so, it taught us not just about money, but about risk, about belief, about innovation, and about humans in the age of digital finance. From humble code to global phenomenon, from peak to plunge to new possibilities, the story of Bitcoin is more than price charts. It is a story of change. We may be at the dawn of something new, or witnessing the aftermath of something wild. Either way, the journey of Bitcoin is far from over.